So in this video, I'm going to be talking about like the butterfly effect, long-term thinking, and the reverse perspective that you need in order to win about the things that you're doing on a day-to-day basis. You see, to start it off, the butterfly effect and long-term thinking, they're synonymous. It's the concept that with every action, you're going to have a reaction, and that reaction isn't like just a singular thing. For instance, me filming this YouTube video will directly create a piece of content online. But in addition to that, it might impact someone's life in a specific way that makes them rethink how they should operate their business and how they should live their life. And then that leads to them making a ton more money and then messaging me, wanting me to invest into or help grow their business or both. And I end up investing into them, and it's a 20x exit on my money, like a recent company I just exited. And it's a win-win-win. And all those effects can come from this single YouTube video. Or similarly to that, how you might be a huge fast food craver. You eat Wendy's. You just see eating the Wendy's as an extra 300 calorie burger that's just shitty for you. When in reality, the next morning you might wake up groggy because of it. And then because of that, have a shitty work day and miss out on an opportunity that you would have hit that would have led you to $100 million net worth in 30 years. Like each input and each thing you do into life has such an adverse butterfly effect, and this goes for all goods and bads in your life. And I say this because it allows you to realize that you're not right when you say it's just the burger or it's just the one day off. It's not correct, because the compounding effect on these things is so intense. And the third point, when I mentioned reverse perspective thinking, it's you need to start looking at your goals and reverse engineering them, but not just in the extent of planning it out, but looking at all of the individual things you do in your life and marking like, is it bringing me there or is it bringing me away? Because you have to realize, even though something as simple as plotting your next 12 months, it might not bring you income today. Long term, over the course of years, if not decades, it'll bring you massive, massive upside. And you have to realize there's those specific tasks that almost anyone can derive that have that insane, massive upside in the long term. The things that make you a ton of money today, a lot of the times, aren't even the most valuable of tasks you should be doing. I found that the instantaneous income-driven work is usually the more sexy, more appealing option that a lot of like 9-to-5ers love. You work that day and get paid for the work you did. But in reality, the real money's made from extreme long-term effects, like studying on YouTube from people who make a lot of money, like reading books. I give an example to a lot of coaching students that I have, the book Tax-Free Wealth. If you read this, you're not going to make any money from it today, but if you go on to make $5 million of your lifetime, roughly like, what is that, $80,000 a year, you'll make $5 million over your lifetime, over 60 or so years. You're going to be able to save probably $200,000 to $400,000 in taxes alone by reading that book. So that book takes you 4 hours. That's a $100,000 an hour task that you can get. And it affects your future so drastically. So start looking at the things you're doing, not by what it makes you today, but what it makes you in that extreme long term. And vice versa, the bads in your life. Realize that those bads are directly inhibiting you from those long-term goals. Don't just look at what the bads do today. Look at the long-term from it. Hanging out with the bad group of friends that one night, it might not seem that bad, but you have to realize it's one step closer to that group. And it's taking you one step further from meeting a good friend group. That one crazy drunk night, people look at the drinks like, oh, the drink cost me $20. No, the drink costed you an hour and a half of your brain being numb. Probably 6 hours the next day of your brain being fatigued. Your liver being directly like in excruciating overdrive trying to clear this stuff out of your life. And it's just ironic that people just look at the first effect of things. And by thinking this way, by thinking the longer term and the long-term effect horizon, it is such a huge key. This whole concept, by the way, is derived from Sam Evans. This guy I learned from a lot about this. It's really, really interesting. And I learned into this at like 2022, 2023 time. I was 4 years ago. I was 19, 20 years old. This changed the game for me. Like, I swear I learned this stuff, and like a year later, my net worth had like 6x'd. Which is pretty sick. And I hope that from this video, you guys derived some good points. I'd even go look at the top 50 things you're doing every week. That's good and that's bad. And do your best to cut the bad and double down on the good, and realize that it might not seem that bad to have that one bad day. And it might not be that rewarding to have that one good day. But you have to realize that this stuff compounds. That one good day, it isn't just that day that was benefited from it. Look at it as like a domino effect. One good day of work, that shit can spiral, and you could see like years and years down the road, the work you did that day or the information you learned that day pays you. And that's the beauty of long-term thinking, is it allows you to start doing things that'll pay you through your entire life, and thinking long-term, because you need to remember this is not a sprint, it's a marathon, at least God willing. That's it. hope you guys enjoyed the video. Follow for more videos in the value channel. I'm going to be getting you guys some good gems, some good sauce. My massage lady's about to get here. I'm going to get my massage and go to bed. That's one of my big long-term facts is good sleep. And a man that's early to bed, early to rise is young, healthy, and wise. See you guys in the next one.